Monotony. It comes in all shapes and sizes. Dull, tedious, just plain boring. But what is this? A contender, perhaps? Something unboring by the looks of it. Jabs right at dull, an uppercut to tedium, something that keeps you on your toes, keeps your head on a swivel. A knockout punch to your old, boring workouts. Welcome to Fight Camp.
Back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip. I don't need that shit cause I got my own now. I get hungry, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, it's on everything. I'ma have to bring the whole city out. And I probably end up laughing cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip. I don't need that shit cause I got my own now. I get hungry, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, it's on everything. I'ma have to bring the whole city out.
Hi, my name is Al. I am a father and I have 2 kids. I also ride a motorcycle, so please check twice. Save a life. Motorcycles are everywhere.
For more information on sharing the road, visit mass.gov/RMV.
I know what you're thinking. Is this the booth? Drafting the Circuits? 3-way theater or the Kevin Jackson show? Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I kinda lost track myself here on whobazoo.com. So, do you feel lucky, punk?
The movie, music, news, television promos, trailers and videos used in this production are protected by the Fair Use Act. Section 107 of the Copyright Act. 1. The purpose and character of the use, including whether such use is of commercial nature or is for nonprofit educational purposes. 2. The nature of the copyrighted work. 3. The amount and substantiality of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole. 4. The effect of the use upon the potential market for, or value of, the copyrighted work.
Not talking now, are you? Oh, you dirty bitch!
I take it all back. The Honda Odyssey fucks hard. Too bad you don't, Needle Dick.
Well, we're just getting started, bub.
This is blasphemy! This is madness! This is the booth!
Broadcasting from the City of Champions, Brockton, Massachusetts, with your host, Keith Sinister One Hayes.
The one broadcasting live from the City of Champions. You are listening to The Booth, and it is it is 8:32, and I'm running late tonight because I'll be showing you in the entertainment booth, because tonight at 7 o'clock, earlier tonight at 7 o'clock, Toho Films released the teaser trailer for Godzilla Minus Zero tonight. Godzilla Minus Zero's trailer was released tonight at 6:55, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So I know usually the booth is on at 7 p.m., but priorities, people, priorities is seeing the Godzilla -0 teaser trailer that was released tonight at 7 p.m. Stick around, because in the entertainment booth, I've got that trailer that I'm going to show you if you missed it. I'm not saying shit. I just need y'all to see it. I'm not saying shit. The director looks like he is coming with it again. The visuals. I gotta stop. Let me get into my sponsors. Michael Douglas Barretto, MDB Electronics. If you're an Xbox player, you got your controller drifting, send it out to Michael Douglas Barretto. You're back to gaming within 24 to 48 hours. Viana Marie's music is everywhere, streaming everywhere. Make sure to support her and check out her music online everywhere, on streaming sites everywhere. Tactical Target Systems, those are those targets that you see me with at the range when I go to the range and go to relax. And everybody asks, hey, where'd you get those targets from? Tactical Target Systems. Reach out to Don Robinson. Also, I Love Boston Sports. Make sure to visit them at South Shore Plaza. These are the people that have won shirts, that have put stuff in the chat and hung out with us in the chat. Kimberly Ann Empowerment Photography. These are photos that women, if you never thought you would take them, these are the photos. You reach out to her. She'll get you feeling comfortable, put you in an environment where you feel safe, and you can take some pictures for yourself or for a special loved one or whatever. Reach out to Kimberly Ann Empowerment Photography. And then my buddy Daryl Smith, Underwatch Protective Services. If you need any type of security or armed guards or unarmed guards, that is the guy that you want to reach out to. Daryl Smith, Underwatch Protective Services, black-owned business. And then my buddy Call Larry, Handyman Services, 774-826-6549. Reach out to my man Lawrence Simmons at 871gmail.com. And then, hey, we got to get in the news booth. But before I get in the news booth, I got to thank my guests for last week. My guests last week, it was First Tuesdays. My guys, Kenneth Diesenhof and Robert Resnick from The Corridor, were on the show last week. And they were also joined by the executive director of Conservatives Concerned, Demetrius Minor. We had a good show last week, and right now, the way that things are going in this country, the format that we're utilizing for First Tuesdays right now, I'm kind of just letting Rob and Ken take the floor. Last week, Rob spoke. The month before, Rob took the floor and spoke on the war in Iran, and then last week, Ken, who's immigration, I let Ken get the floor last week so he could talk about all the people who've been stepping down and fired and things of that stuff. And we wanted to make sure that they, get their time in. So I got to thank them all. And if you guys want to check out Rob's articles, make sure to go over and visit The Corridor to check out Rob's articles. And all you people in the chat, I see you guys in the chat. Marianne Kennedy, thank you for tuning in and watching the show. Ron Drago, I see you in the chat. And we're going to get in here. And like I said, it premiered tonight. 7 o'clock, Toho Films released the teaser trailer for Godzilla -0, the sequel to -1. If you haven't seen, look, if you come on this show and if you haven't seen Godzilla -1 yet, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. You need to go see it. You need to go see it. I'm a loss of words if you haven't seen it yet. So, again, it's a great film. Great film. Check it out. It's one of the best Japan Godzilla movies out there at this time. And, let me fix this because this is coming up kind of big. I want this to be able to fit the whole screen. So when people are talking and they leave stuff. There we go. Just some on-the-fly producing right there. Wanted to make sure that gets seen. In the news booth. Brockton High School Project Forum number 2 will take place at Brockton High on Monday, April 27th. They're trying to get everybody's feedback and input because, they're looking at replacing the Brockton High School, which is old, it's dilapidated, it's got a ton of issues going on. There's a ton of things that eventually won't be grandfathered in. So a decision has to be made. The question is do they build two schools? Do they just build one big school? In my opinion, I feel like one big school is the way that one big high school is the way to go. Because if you do two schools, then you double your costs of what you're running into now with the one building. That's just my opinion. I would rather see one centralized big building in that area that it's already in. Plenty of land there, plenty of property. And we'll see. But this is the stuff you need to go to, people. You need to be informed. I don't like when I see people pop up when something gets built and then they're complaining on social media about crap when they had all these forums and meetings and things to show up at and, let their voices be heard. So it's there. Let's get into... I'm getting giddy right now. Let's get into the entertainment booth. First and foremost, in the entertainment booth, I want to say rest in peace to Afrika Bambaataa, 67 years old. He is a pioneer for hip-hop, rock to the planet rock, DJ, and I'm just going to keep it there. There was some questionable stuff later in his career that had come out, and, I'm just going to acknowledge his achievements and what he's done for hip-hop. So rest in peace to Afrika Bambaataa, 67 years old. And then, as I said, the reason why I'm late to this show tonight is because of this trailer. It's because of this trailer. I'm sorry. I was late. I'm sorry that I ran the half an hour behind, but I had to see this trailer. Here it goes.
If their operation fails, maybe we'll finally get to use it.
Abort third drop. Repeat. Abort third drop.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Did you see where Godzilla was at the end of that trailer? Did you all see where Godzilla was at the end of that trailer? Stop it. Stop it, bruh. One more time. Hold up. Sometimes some trailers just get me. Sometimes some trailer.
If their operation fails, maybe we'll finally get to use it.
Abort third drop. Repeat. Abort third drop.
Godzilla -0, November 6th of 2026. I would love to go to Japan because the date of the release in Japan is November 3rd, 2026 in Japan. And I would love to be in Japan for the release of this film. Before I die, I want to put that on my bucket list or something. I need to go to Japan and see a Godzilla release on the day of the release. I need to take that in before I die on this planet. That's something I want to do and put it on my list, my bucket list. But yeah, there it is. Godzilla -0. First look teaser. I can't wait. Also, Gillette Stadium announced tickets are going on sale through Live Nation for the R&B tour, the Usher, Raymond, Chris Brown tour, August 17th, Gillette Stadium. Fellas, that's going to be a ladies' night. So, guys, this is going to work out for a lot of fellas right here. This right here is going to work for a lot of guys. And I'm going to tell you why. Because most women are not bringing their man to this show. Most women are not bringing their man to this show. This is going to be a girls' night out. And it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. It's going to be a group of women all going to this show. This isn't going to be a show you bring your guy to. Which works. It's good. It's all good because it's August 17th. And guess what? Preseason NFL. And that's a night of Madden for a lot of guys. For some guys, babe, have fun. Go out. Go see this concert. Yeah, have fun with the girls. Go for it. And then as soon as she leaves, bro, Madden 27, they're going to be on it. That's going to be... So while women are sitting here marking down their calendars that they will be at Gillette Stadium on August 17th, fellas are already marking that date down on their calendar because that's Madden. That's going to be Madden night. That's going to be Madden night. The new Madden comes out, they will be on Madden. On August 17th. Also, a lot of trailers dropped, and I got my hands on some trailers for tonight. BlumHouse, Eli Roth dropped their trailer for Ice Cream Man, which is dropping on August 7th. And I'm not sure, I gotta figure this out because back in 1995, Clint Howard was in a film called Ice Cream Man, and I'm not sure if this is based off of that film. I think it's gonna be. I didn't see anything in the synopsis about this being a remake, so I gotta find out. I gotta check it out, and hopefully we can figure it out. But Eli Roth is doing some crazy stuff. Once again, BlumHouse is just... Jesus, they're just coming with it. So here's the trailer for Eli Roth's Ice Cream Man. Craziness right there. Craziness. I can't wait to see it. So, look, my summer is already... My summer... So, I just showed you the Godzilla -0 sequel trailer. That's in November. Ice Cream Man, Eli Roth, August 7th. We've got Mortal Kombat 2. That's... in just a few weeks, May. It's the first week of May that comes out. They Will Kill Us is out there. I think I'm going to see that next week. The Mummy, which I showed the trailer for, that's April 17th. That's this weekend. I got to see that. And then on TV, we have on Peacock, M.I.A, which is like a female version of John Wick trying to get revenge for her parents and, you know, her entire family getting killed. The trailer for this looks really good also. So let me drop that trailer. Let you check this out here. This is M.I.A, and this is debuting on May 7th on Peacock.
Who is this woman?
A founder in the ocean.
Why is she in Miami?
to kill a dozen men.
Put on some music, will ya?
Almost the entire family was killed.
What about the daughter?
She wasn't one of the victims.
She might have seen something.
You know how many cartels operate in South Florida?
I need a new identity.
Why?
12 men killed my family. And I'm gonna find them. And I'm gonna kill them. All of them.
Someone needs to find her. The wrong people could be looking for her. Make an example of her. Put a bullet in her head.
Clean kills come with training. 12 is too many for one girl.
I'm not just any girl.
You stay on this path, and you will pay in ways you can't imagine.
Everything has a price.
Where are you going?
Hunting.
May 7th, M.I.A. Check that out. What's up? I see Walter France in the chat. Thanks for tuning in, hanging out with us. And then Marvel Entertainment announces that they will be, and I already had announced this, but they dropped the trailer, The Punisher, One Last Kill. This is leading into him possibly, he's showing up in the new Spider-Man film. So One Last Kill, The Punisher. Marvel dropped the trailer for that because that's a one-shot show, and that's going to be May 12th. So here's the trailer for Marvel Entertainment's Punisher, The Last Kill.
Hey, Frank. How you doing, brother? Talk to me. Tell me what's going on. Think God's gonna forgive us for the things we've done? I'm not sure about me. But you ain't got a fucking chance. That's all you got? That's all you got? That's all you got?
That was The Punisher, One Last Kill. That's a trailer for that, so I can't wait to see that. And then let's get into the sports booth. In the sports booth, Patriots are slated for their first Hard Knock appearance. I'm actually ecstatic about this because, the Patriots were on such a roll that they were not allowed to be on. There were certain things in place that didn't allow the Patriots to be on Hard Knocks, but now the show has been on for so long that some of these rules and stuff have gone by the wayside. So now the Patriots are coming off that, run to the Super Bowl, and now they are going to be featured on Hard Knocks. We've got this whole debacle going on in the offseason with, the head coach that's, Mike Vrabel, and it is what it is. But they don't start doing Hard Knocks until the preseason starts. So they're going to be featured in there. I'm pretty sure Kraft will be featured in there. It's been a long time. I felt like the Patriots should have been on this show a long time, but as I said, they weren't allowed to be on due to certain regulations, and now they'll be on. So let's hope that they'll be pretty entertaining, and we can go from there. Also, in the sports booth, CES is looking for an intern. Do you have the passion for combat sports, MMA, and boxing? CES is looking for somebody who can shadow Jimmy Burchfield Sr. So this is an internship position. As we know, college is getting out. So if you're looking for something to do this summer and catch some boxing matches and MMA and things of that sort, reach out to CES MMA. And in the legal booth, the Massachusetts lawmakers have passed a school phone social media bill that a lot of people I see on social media are upset. The bill was fast-tracked, and it passed 129 to 25. And what it does, this bill will ban cell phone use from schools, first and foremost, which kind of started up here in Brockton. They started that here in Brockton. But what it will do is it will ban kids from social media at the age of under the age of 13. Now, to be honest, there's a lawsuit out there that has been they've been settling. Facebook settled, Roblox settled, Fortnite settled, a lot of social medias, and I feel like this bill plays into a knee-jerk reaction for those who don't want to get caught up in this class action lawsuit, because anybody who's allowed access to these sites for their kids, the sites themselves are paying out and being found at fault, which I don't agree with. I hate to say it. I don't agree with this. Part of me, it's bad parenting. A lot of this is bad parenting. Parents don't monitor their kids' use on social media. They don't monitor their use. I'm a gamer. I'm an online gamer. And when online gaming started, there were a lot of kids on games that they had no business. You go on Call of Duty and you've got 7, 8, 9-year-olds on there. And they're either on their parents' account, or parents have created a kid's own account and have lied about the kid's age when they put them in there. That happens. And this is one of the things that we're seeing out there. Now, with this bill, once the child is 14 and 15, they can get parental consent. And the parent will allow that child to be able to go on social media, which is, the law is already there. The law has already been there that if you're 13 and under, you couldn't have an Xbox Live account or a PlayStation account. You're not supposed to have it. So this is already out there. They're already extending it. For those kids who have permission from the parents, it's going to be things in place like they do with the adult websites. So they do like biometric scans of the face and things of that sort, or with some sites now, they're making you upload your driver's license to prove who you are. And some of this also, it's not just, it has to do with bad parenting. Some of this has to do with the fact that there are people out here creating AI accounts, and they're doing things such as copying and redoing successful podcasts with AI, and then they're creating accounts with AI, and then they're uploading these podcasts with the same algorithms and analytics, and they're pretty much stealing views and things from successful podcasts. So this is also part of the reason why we're seeing this knee-jerk reaction. Once the child is, once the child is 16, all of the restrictions will come off the phone. Now, for example, my stepson and my boys, they all had access to social media when they were 13. They didn't have it before 13. They got it when they was 13. And when they became 16, as a parent, you get a message telling you, hey, you can no longer control your child's account. That child is no longer a minor. So you're not even allowed to legally oversee your child's account when they're 16. So that's what this law puts into place. The problem is that there's other things within this bill that people are worried about. The problem here is that some of the things that people are worried about, this stuff is already out there. They've already got your privacy. They already know everything that's going on. I already talked on this show for people who didn't pay attention to this way back. I had talked about this show with Apple. If you have an Apple phone, this is only to you because Apple patented this software in your phone. Apple has the ability to read thoughts. And if you're first just hearing and you didn't know about this, I talked about this over a year ago. Apple has the patent that they've put into their AirPods, that will read your mind and play songs depending on your mood or your thought process. So if you're working out and you need something to get you motivated and you're thinking motivational thoughts, the AirPods are going to read your thoughts and play that music. And you're wondering, well, how can it be? How does it do that? How does it read your mind? Well, your thought process, your thoughts are only electrical stimulus. It's just signals. When you think something, it's a low electrical impulse, and it reads that impulse. And when I thought about this, I said to myself, wow, and I shared the patent. I wish I could bring it up now. There is a patent. You can look it up. You can just look it up. AirPods, Apple, because it's not in the Android phones. It's Apple. You have to have an Apple phone. I'll tell you how I know it exists, too. I'm going to tell you how I know how it exists. So, and I've hit some people up, and some people at first were like, no way. And then I had people come back to me and say, holy crap, Sinister, wow, you're right. It is. And this isn't just, the typical phones listening to us. This is straight up your phone, Apple phone. Apple phone only, because Apple is the only one with the patent to read your mind. In order, first, let's roll it back. For Apple to get the patent for this mind-reading software for their AirPods, you have to be able to prove that you did your research. You have to prove that the product works. They just don't give patents out for stuff that has just the thought. They don't give you a patent for that. When you go and apply for a patent, they want to see it. They want to see if it works. They want to make sure that it does what you say before they give a patent out. There's a process. So they have the patent. They had to prove it. And my feeling is how they were able to prove it and how they were able to test is that when you have an iPhone and you allow it to do all these things to help them better the phone or provide them with information for the phone, this is how this stuff happens. And I think that this is what they were doing to build and make their software or whatever they did to get this patent. And you're going to say, well, how do you know, Sinister? I'm going to tell you right now. I'm 99.9% sure that if you have an Apple phone, 99.9% sure that our Apple phones read our thoughts and act accordingly to our thoughts. And I'm going to tell you 3 instances where this has happened. And like I said, I've told some people this. People close to me, I've told them this. And they, I've had some people say, I don't know. And then they hit me back and they was like, yo. So here's the first time. I kind of thought something weird was going on and messed up. And you could try this, people. You could try this yourself. If you've got an Apple phone, you could try this yourself. And because I'm not bullshitting you. This is real talk right here. First thing you have to do is you have to think of something that you didn't Google search. Think of something that you never looked for online or mentioned to anybody online. Think of something that you didn't talk to anybody about. Make sure it's something that the thoughts were only to yourself. Exclusive to yourself. First and foremost rule. Make sure it's a thought that you only thought to yourself. Like I said, you never Google searched it. You never typed it. You never asked anybody. You never talked on the phone about it. This is an exclusive thought to yourself. So for me, the first time it happened, I was out 2 years ago. Hot summer day. Mowing the lawn. And I thought to myself, man, it would be nice to have a robot mower. It'd be real nice. I wonder if I could get that to do my lawn. And that was just a thought to myself. But 4 days later, I was at work. Guess what popped up on my timeline? An ad for a robot mower. Now, some could say, well, maybe it heard you mowing your lawn and that popped up. And I'm going to say, okay, you could say that, but it's not. This is a specific thing. Yes, it heard the sound of a mower. Maybe my phone did. Maybe it did. But why wouldn't it put up ads on my phone in regards to regular lawnmowers? No, this was specific. It put an ad on my phone for different companies for robot mowers. And once again, as I said, if you're just tuning in, this is only exclusive. This patent was only approved to Apple. And like I said, they had to get the approval from showing their testing to prove that the thought process software in the phones work. So that was the first incident. So now I was like 60% at that time saying, okay, I think our Apple phones are reading our thoughts. So then time passed on. I told a couple of people. And then there was something else that I had strictly just thought to myself. Didn't tell no one. Didn't search it, didn't Google it. It was just a straight up thought. 3 days later, that thought, something in regard to that thought, popped up on my timeline. And I was like, whoa. Okay. This is getting serious now. So now I'm like 80% sure that the Apple phone is reading your thoughts and putting ads out to let you know. After the weekend before last is when I realized I am now 99.9% sure our phones are reading our thoughts. Why? Because I DJ'd my first event of the season on Easter Eve Saturday. at DW Field Park. And it wasn't really crazy because it was cold. It was cold that day. So I did a lot of jumping around though to just stay warm, a little dancing and stuff, right? And, you know, for me, as you guys remember, I got hit by a car. For me, my right knee is perfectly fine. I got hit by a car, my right knee was fractured, ACL, MCL, all that stuff was torn, had to get it repaired, had surgery. Right knee is fine. But my left knee now, whenever I DJ or get done with a DJ event, my left knee is in pain. Just hours later, and the next day. And I'm like, man, you know what? I was taking took some ibuprofen. Usually what I do now usually is I'll take aspirin before bed when I DJ. So when I wake up in the morning, that aspirin is, you know, worked its way in there and I'm good. Usually I'm good. But it is aggravating. I knew the following weekend that I had a big event coming up for a 95-year-old woman's birthday, which shout out to Dottie, who I did her birthday this past weekend. It was a great time. But again, I did this event and I was a crazy man at this event, as usually. You know, when I go all out for stuff like this, I went all out, danced around. I actually fell at the party for the first time ever, which was a weird story, but that's kind of personal. I'm not going to get into that. But so that night, when the event was over, about three hours later, that knee was hurting. It was sore. I didn't say nothing to anybody. I came home, took my ibuprofen, said nothing. Nothing to anybody about my knee. Sunday morning on my timeline. You want to know what popped up on my timeline? This advertising, and if you go on my Facebook page, I think you can see the advertising that shows up on my page. But the advertising popped up for Fly Tech. Fly Techs. Tex or Tech is the company. Fly Tech is a company that makes compression sleeves. You know the compression sleeves that you see basketball players wearing on their arms to keep the circulation going and to keep their elbows tight and cut down on, you know, swelling and things of that sort. Fly Tech makes those, but now they make compression sleeves for your legs. Compression sleeves for your legs. And one of the things that they're promoting is people who had ACL tears, MCL tears, knee surgeries and stuff. And people are putting these on and wearing these compression sleeves, and then they're going jogging. They're playing tennis. They're playing in a band. They're doing all this stuff, and then they're saying on these, you know, comments that, you know, they had no issues, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, holy crap. All of a sudden, I'm like 99% sure that my phone reads that the Apple phone is reading your thoughts. It is damn sure reading your thoughts. And it could probably be a class action later on, but the problem is if you are like me and you sign up to allow the phone to do all this stuff to better and produce the beta stuff and things of that, if you sign off on that, you have no recourse. Because I allow it. I allow them to do whatever testing or whatever they want. Some would say that I shouldn't do that, but I do. I do allow it. So, yeah, I'm 99.9% sure that Apple phones are reading your thoughts. They've got the patent. They've got the patent for it, for the AirPods. So, why not? Why not? It's crazy, but it's out there, and I'm telling you it's out there. I know it's out there. I know it's on your phone now. Because I never told anybody about the compression sleeves for your knees. Never. And like I said, this popped up. My knees were, it was Sunday. This ad popped up on Monday. And I didn't even mention it to anybody again. So you can try it. If you're watching this show and you want to check it out, you have to have an Apple phone. It's not going to work with Android because Android does not have the patent for it. Apple has the patent for it. Look it up, Google it. Apple has the patent for thought reading software in the AirPods. So look it up. It's out there. So just want to let you know. I see a lot of people upset about this social media bill and school phone, but I can tell you right now, there's a lot more out there that you need to be scared of in what's coming. Also in the legal booth, the DOJ, this is a breaking story. The DOJ is moving to toss seditious conspiracy convictions of Oath Keepers and Proud Boys out. I mean, they've already been pardoned, and most of the Oath Keepers and Proud Boys are part of ICE now. So we might as well just completely clean their records. Let's just really extend white privilege to the max. The Justice Department is moving to, and let's be honest here, this isn't your normal past Justice Department. This is Trump's Justice Department. Okay? This isn't the Justice Department prior Trump. This is Trump's Justice Department is moving to toss seditious conspiracies, convictions of Oath Keepers and Proud Boys out. Which is a shame. Because you still got black men doing time in jail for dime bags. That's a whole nother show. Don't get me fucking started on that. Don't get me started. That's a whole nother show. And in Trump troubles, breaking news, China defies the blockade and sails their tankers right through the Strait of Hormuz. I see a lot of people out here saying Trump's playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. That's a chess move right there. You talk all this shit on TV about nothing's getting through. Nothing's going to be this. Nothing's going to be that. And China's like, we're going through, and let's see you stop us. Let's see you stop us. We're not even asking. Gigi said, I'm not even asking permission, bruh. I'm coming through. And sure enough, China went right through. Right through. Ball's in your court. Jesus. The reason why we're going to get into Jesus. Also, the Republicans got caught. MAGA Republicans. So after this whole thing with Trump's Easter post, which was horrible, then he doubles down and goes after Pope Leo like an a-hole. And then he puts up a post of him as Jesus healing people. And the shit hits the fan. MAGA, a lot of MAGA loses their minds. So then what happens is after having a crappy social media weekend, Trump decides to speak to the press outside the White House on Monday. And conveniently, while he's outside, this DoorDash woman pulls up bringing McDonald's to the White House and gives Trump his McDonald's. And then he goes into this thing and starts questioning her, and she's got this DoorDash grandma shirt on, and she's talking about all this stuff, and all the MAGA people going crazy and talking all this stuff about, look at Trump, Karen. And then guess what happens? Not even 24 hours later, exposed. Sharon Simmons is the woman. You might have seen Sharon Simmons as one of these women from MAGA who shows up on C-SPAN and is always talking stuff on C-SPAN. Well, now she's got herself a little haircut, and now she's portraying herself as a DoorDash grandma. So while all these MAGA people are out here saying that Democrats are hiring actors and actresses for No King rallies, which You could never pay that many people to be at a rally. Here it is. MAGA has this woman who's literally a ringer, an actor, an actress for this. So look it up. It's pretty funny. Sharon Simmons is her name. And it don't look, Big Brother. We have become Big Brother. We shut shit down when we need to. It don't take people long to find out who people are. As soon as she popped up in this thing with talking with Trump, people was on the hunt for her. Facial recognition is out there. They found her and exposed her. Also, funny stuff. Also in the Trump troubles, this is what I was talking about. So Trump posted a picture of himself as Jesus healing this man. And, you know, there's all these people around him, soldiers and nurses and all this stuff. And, you know, when I looked at that photo, the first thing I said was, wow, there's absolutely no fucking diversity in that photo. You're supposed to put up posts and represent this country. Yet you put up this post that doesn't represent this country at all, bro. You put up this post that is 100% absent of any type of diversity at all. So I saw people say, well, this vision is Trump's America. Damn right it's Trump's America. It's white America. Trump's all white America. Yo. So he caught hell for this post. He lost a lot of Catholics. A lot of people was pissed about this one. They turned around, said it's blasphemous. This was the weekend of Bible quotes popping up on your social feed. Corinthians 13 point. It was everywhere. He pissed a lot of people off. And then to follow up, the memes came. Because Trump the next day on Monday, when they had the whole thing with the ringer lady and stuff out there, and Trump got asked about this, you know what his answer was? And I don't even want to show the video because it was so dumb. He said that, yes, I shared the photo. I didn't think that I was Jesus in the photo. I thought I was a doctor healing people. He's a doctor? So then the memes, as soon as he got out there and claimed he was a doctor, then people hit him with that. The Netflix movie, The Doctor, with Obama as the doctor. Oh, and then they made sure to put all black people. The memes that came was hilarious. But the best one of all was this one here. Was somebody took the photo and then they added Godzilla to the photo, and Godzilla is releasing his atomic breath on President Trump, which just that was it. I didn't have to see any more memes. That was it. That's all I needed to see for the day. And then the fact that the trailer came out today, and at the end it had Godzilla, as you all saw, in New York City. Oh man. Funny stuff. So, and then before we get out of here, in California, Swalwell's exit shakes up a chaotic California governor's race. He has to step back due to sexual assault accusations for a worker or a staffer. These stories pop up all the time, but he's going to be stepping out because he was supposed to be the guy that was going to take over. As you guys know, Newsom is probably going to be running for president, so he will have to step away from that governor's position. So we'll see what happens. But that's it. Oh wait. Nope. That was it. Trump, and then he took it down. Yes, he took down the photo of him portraying himself as Jesus. But that's it. We got to get out of here. It's 9:22. I started the show late because I had to see that. But let me get into the outro banners here. I want to thank everybody for supporting the show and hanging out with the show. Had another good show tonight. Those are the shows I produce. Oscar Mike Radio on Thursdays, Drafting the Circuits on Wednesdays. Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor will be Wednesday night. We're doing our WrestleMania review. Matty C was on this past Sunday. He'll be on again this Sunday. Pet CPR and First Aid class takes place on April 25th. Senator Michael Brady, they're having a fundraiser for him on Monday, April 27th at Tommy Doyle's. Star Wars Trivia Night, Monday, May 4th. May the 4th be with you at Deanne's. I will be in the house. Try to test my trivia. She put some good questions out there. Saturday, May 30th, that's going to be Method Man, Redman, and the Locks with State Property. Don't forget, Bat Buses. You can ride free till June. And then I think this is over. I think that's over. Family Fun with Music is every Thursday till June 25th at the Brockton Public Library. Boston Brothers Ride is July 25th. That's the 3rd annual. And then the Slingshot for Shriners takes place August 1st. Rain date August 8th. Scan that QR code. And then, as I said, Newbury Street Bridge is being replaced. There is a detour from now until October in the city of Brockton for that street. And then Brockton Art Paint Nights, last Saturday every month, 7 to 9 at the Enzo Flats, $20 per person. Creativity Takes Courage. And then Brockton's Magic Moment Trip. And then, veterans. Free Chromebooks if you are a veteran. Abington Services. Hold on, let me get that back up here because this is very important. To receive a Chromebook, you have to bring proof of Abington residency and proof of veteran status. So please make sure to head down and get your free Chromebook. Also, again, April 27th, Brockton High School Project Forum number 2. And that's it. That's it. It's time to get out of here, people. Let's see here. That's it. Time to get out of here. 9:24. We'll be back next Tuesday. And be safe. WrestleMania weekend. There's nothing going on for me. I'm locked down from Friday to Sunday because it's WrestleMania weekend. But we will be talking about that on Turbicles and Spilt Liquor podcast tomorrow night after drafting I got tongue-tied there. After drafting the circuit. So, once again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everybody for hanging out and chat. SpongeBob, do me a favor. Take us home.
See you next Tuesday.
Thank you for listening to The Booth on Hoobazoo and hatchetradio.com. Please follow the Facebook page and subscribe to the podcast at Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. The Booth is a Sinister One production hosted by Sinister One.
I've got to start hanging out with friends that are a little more intelligent and understand politics and stuff. It's just that I'm up on this level up here, and all my friends are down here. Me, nah. You guys, nah. Maybe a little more down in here. Screw you guys, I'm going home.
I smoke, I drink, I do my thing. These bitches hating, so you know I got to make it plain. Don't do cocaine with your chick, my main. We stick together, true forever, yeah, you know we bang. I miss those days, which was easy. If only I make it, bitch, don't repeat. Now that I done upgraded, I've been upstate, but y'all think I'm playing. And I got a hit now for these weak assholes who think I ain't slaying. Try me, and I'll probably end up laughing, cause I never back down. I'm that chick with a clean ass whip. I don't need that shit, I got my own now. I get hurt, I get tired of fussing, fighting, guess I gotta crack down. Don't mess with me, cause on everything I'ma have to bring the whole city out.
WHOOBAZOO, that's Hoobazoo.com.
Enter website.